Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Drew McIntyre shoots hard on CM Punk.
I'm going to tell you why WWE is suddenly censoring Jey Uso.
Kazuchika Okada's New Japan contract expires very soon.
And WWE's high on this SmackDown act. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Alright, we've been a bit cheeky with the use of the words shoots hard in this title here, but you play the game to win.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre had some choice words for someone that could have been anybody on this week's episode of Raw, but very clearly CM Punk. And to me, this is quite clearly is the wrong phrasing. This is probably WWE trying to take advantage of those stories that did the rounds last week of Drew being upset that Punk was back and all of that.
And he tweeted about not being on the Rumble poster, of course.
He did. He knows what he's doing. He's a clever man, and he's probably a little bit pissed off as well, going by the reports. But Drew did a promo on last night's Raw. I'll read you what he said, and you can decide for yourself. It feels like everybody lost their mind recently, and I'm not going to do the Glaswegian accent or the Ayrshire accent. Liars, hypocrites, cowards, just plain idiots. Apparently, you can get fired, released, leave, do what you want for a bunch of time, come back to the company, and you're instantly forgiven these days. He left a little pause there for some CM Punk chants to come in, and then he said, I could be talking about anybody. So this obviously comes after all those reports about him being legitimately annoyed at Survivor Series and all of that stuff, and then he kind of touched on it during a house show and all of that stuff. And Drew's contract is up in the early parts of next year, which makes it even more interesting because, like, they do stuff like this so that we'll make videos about it, basically. They want people to sit here on YouTube and talk about it. They want you to talk about it in the comment section, as do we. They want you to talk about it on Twitter, on Reddit, on wherever you discuss wrestling, around the water cooler at work, if you've got a cool workplace. But yeah, there you go. Drew taking a few pots. It's clearly about Punk.
Yes.
Who else could it be about?
I've got to say, I loved everything about Drew McIntyre on last night's Raw, from capitalising on Sami Zayn just tweaking his knee and then kicking the crap out of him. No sympathy whatsoever, especially getting wound up when Sami Zayn messaged his goddamn family. To spoilers, taking Jey Uso's head off after the main event.
There you go.
Really good stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to discussing it on the Raw review, WhatCulture Wrestling Podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, obviously. And Miller's going to talk more about it on Ups and Downs. But I do like the way they're capitalising, not just on the whole Punk stuff with Seth Rollins and now Drew McIntyre, but just my opinion of Drew McIntyre hasn't half changed in the last 6 months. Like, I've always appreciated his work, obviously. I thought his character was just a bit stale, to be honest, and now his heel turns, well, fully happened. I love him.
It's just a really good direction for him, and I don't think many people would argue that. I think it's interesting that one of the reports that came out a few months ago when they were talking about his contract was that if Drew is to stay, he wants assurances that his creative will be good, and this has been good.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a carrot dangled in front of the big Scottish horse.
Yeah, I don't
know.
I don't see a world title in his future soon, but he's certainly keeping his iron in the fire in terms of being that level of performer.
Hot. Yeah, being hot. Like, he's stayed over. It's really good.
But let us know what you'd like to see who you'd like to see Drew McIntyre murder next in the comments section below.
And let us know your favourite insults about CM. No, don't insult people. But let us know what you think of that promo and the shots and everything as well. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, a bad night for Jey Uso last night. Spoilers for last night's Raw. Timestamps in the comment section below. But like I said, he got attacked by Drew McIntyre after the main event, in which he lost his match challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship. And now, no yeet. He can't have yeet as a thing because you may have seen they did a video package earlier on Raw hyping up Jey Uso's journey to the main event of last night's show, and you thought, have I got my glasses not working, or why have they blurred out his t-shirt? Yeah, because yeet's not something you can own, WWE, basically. WrestleVotes reported as much, saying, as evident on Raw just now, I'm told WWE has found trademark issues with Jey Uso's yeet. The word and merchandising will no longer be associated with Uso going forward. Now, right now, if you go on WWE Shop, you might be able to still get yourself a yeet t-shirt, but it's all getting taken down. They're not going to start selling any more of that sort of thing. And they even censored the word from the video package last night. I'm stunned that they can't own the word yeet, Andy.
This is so silly. Like, every component of this is really funny.
Yes.
It's like, it's funny that yeet was so over in 2023 and still is, right? Because that word's been on the go for years.
Was it the press conference race? I mean, they'd used it before, but the press conference is really where it
That's when it kicked off, when him and Cody were maybe a little bit tipsy and having fun. And all of that stuff. That's when it kicked off. So that's funny in and of itself. It's funny that WWE thought they could trademark it. That's like us trying to trademark LOL. Or something like,
banter.
It's just like, all right, that's a word. It's ours now. What? If you go on the USPTO website, there's like 30 free applications for that, for things involving yeet. It's like, what are you on about? And also, it's kind of funny that he's now just banned from using it. It's like, could we not, like, you don't have to sell t-shirts and stuff, whatever, that's a legal situation. But it's really popular. Could you not just let him keep saying it?
There's a middle ground, isn't there?
Yeah, like they're not monetizing it if it's just the crowd going yeet and Jey Uso going yeet. It's so silly. This is so silly.
I like the idea that some people are effing and jeffing on AEW and what have you, and they're like, "Oh, I said yeet, press the dump button." It just goes silent.
This is probably my favourite banning of a word since Saraya got banned from saying twat. She got fined for that. It's like
she's like, what?
You say that
about everyone else?
You say that word on morning television in the UK.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, Christian did say go f*** yourself. Is he gonna get? Sorry, editor.
Next week we're gonna have CM Punk telling someone he'll see them next Tuesday or whatever, and it's all gonna. It's ridiculous, man. But also really funny. I hope that crowds keep chanting it.
I'm gonna see if I can get myself a Yeet t-shirt. And they take them down.
Well, it's probably a matter of minutes. So
oh, bollocks!
Clock is ticking. But they were still up when I was looking into this story at about 7 a.m. today. So who knows? Maybe they're still there. Right, let's talk about a different guy altogether. Kazuchika Okada. Can't wait till he's in WWE saying things like yeet and whatever.
He's going to trademark okay, because that's the first two letters of his name.
Oh, Jesus. Don't even say that. So, Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso came out for a report yesterday, and it has been corroborated by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. Okada's New Japan contract is up at the end of January 2024, and he is seriously considering heading to another promotion. As things stand, he would become a free agent, obviously, when his contract expires. Now, it's noted here that AEW and WWE are both interested because he's like literally one of the top 5 greatest wrestlers of all time. Of course they're interested. But they know that the AEW situation, so when Okada was over in AEW in October, remember he had that tag match on Dynamite?
Yes.
That wasn't just to do that match and further the feud with Danielson, it was to get a feel for how AEW operates, which, might be interesting in 2023 for him. But yeah, that was kind of like a little, let's see how this goes, see what's going on over here. WWE, meanwhile, they've wanted Okada for years, and they reportedly believe that they can guide Okada to stardom in North America, is the exact
He
quote
can't work
here.
there.
Now, Dave Meltzer has reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, this was a few weeks ago, that Shinsuke Nakamura's current WWE push, like one of the reasons they're doing that is to go, hey Okada, look, we can push Japanese people well now, Japanese wrestlers well now. So that might be like a little, come to us, look at this, look at what we're doing with Nakamura at the moment, it's pretty good. Do you want to be pretty good in WWE? You can come too. Now, noted as well that if he becomes a free agent, he's going to get a massive payday out of this. Now, Okada's 36, he's done everything in New Japan 100%. Him leaving that company would be absolutely devastating to New Japan. He's the icon of their current era.
Yeah.
He is the guy primarily responsible for all the records that they broke, not so much post-COVID, but in that era preceding it and everything else, alongside people like Kenny Omega and Tanahashi, still a major star into Okada's era as the top guy, but, kind of a passing of the torch there.
Losing Ospreay, of course.
Yep, exactly. So they're losing a lot of, Ospreay will still be able to go there occasionally.
Yeah,
but
with the AEW relationship,
it's not going to be the same. So my stance as a fan is I would rather he stays there because I think it's better for the business as a whole. I do like it when people jump around. AEW, he could still theoretically jump back over, but I don't know. WWE, look, Triple H's programming's a lot better.
Yeah.
I just think we're not going to get the best version of him there. I think we'll get a good version of him there, just not the one I want.
Get him in the Fed for me. That's what I'm saying. I think this could be huge for the Royal Rumble 2025, and I've not misspoken there. I do realise you said the end of January is when his contract expires. He needs about a year to just season in NXT, learn how to work, and then bring him up to the main roster, 2025 Royal Rumble, with his new gimmick that he's got from NXT, Weatherman, because he's the Rainmaker.
Oh, cheesy peeps.
Get him in the Fed!
No, don't.
It was really interesting to see how people react to this on social last night. Though.
I mean, like, if you could guarantee to me, right? If you could sit here, Mystic Meg, with a crystal
Remember
ball.
her?
She was a legend.
Yeah.
She's not been cancelled or anything, is she?
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, man. But yeah, if you could tell me, right, if you could guarantee that Okada's going to have, like, 6 or 7, like, amazing quality pay-per-view matches, and he's going to be presented extremely well on TV, and it's going to be fresh and new and interesting. He's only going to lose to like Lesnar or Cody or whoever, like the biggest stars, and he's going to be treated like a big deal and he's going to get over. If you could guarantee me that, I would absolutely take the WWE run. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah, I'm sure you can look at AEW and WWE and pitch a million different dream matches. I'd never thought of Okada versus Lesnar, but my God, do I want to see that now?
That's a freak show, that, isn't it, brother?
But yeah, I'm slightly more confident with the new regime in WWE. I sense probably, just like Ospreay, he may well end up in AEW because it just is the better fit and allows for a return to New Japan, as you say. But who knows? After this year, anything's bloody possible. He's going to be on WWE Raw, potentially, in the early part of next year. That's bomb. He could be at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, he could be working rest holds with Grayson Waller in the opening match.
I've got no space on my WrestleMania card for him. I'm sorry. He's going to have to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle. I genuinely, my card is preposterous, the one I've already fantasy booked. No space for you, sorry.
AJ, you could do him and AJ.
He could work stand and deliver at NXT. That is a good point. After he's just got a few reps in there.
Little opener with big body Javi. Perhaps.
Oh, get him working Von Wagner. That's the dream match we all want to see.
You don't want to injure him, Jesus.
Right. Let's move over because WWE may be hot on Okada for the future, but for right now, they're really hot on A10 Dan Anda. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
Come to WWE, you can work with Austin Theory, Okada. Jesus Christ.
By the way, we are doing a second news video later on today as well, of course, and more on Grayson Waller and recent incidents, let's say, with him. Not his fault.
And accidents.
Yes. But according to WrestleVotes, big love for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory within WWE. WrestleVotes posted, we've heard over the past few weeks of tremendous support for the team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Sourcing Creative has said it was meant to be a short-term pairing, but those plans have changed. The expectation is that the brash young team may benefit from the mutual partnership in the long run. Expect the duo to play a strong role in programming through Mania. Look, I've been a real fan of hoying these two together. I think Austin Theory kind of lost his way, and to a certain extent, when you brought Grayson Waller up, it was like, oh, it's like Austin Theory, but a bit better in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like the Grayson Waller effect, and just, he's that knobhead heel who can wind people like Kevin Owens up. But I love them as a duo. I think they've just bounced really well off each other, and I can understand why WWE, quite a few times they've done this now. Remember when they just went, let's put Sami Zayn in the Bloodline for 2 weeks. Wait a second, this is the greatest storyline we've made.
Yeah.
I can understand why WWE this really works, actually, because in singles action, you don't believe that they could necessarily beat a Kevin Owens, but with the other arsehole at ringside, anything's possible. I love them as a duo.
I think it's benefited them both. I think Austin Theory's, frankly, failed singles push is this is a significantly better position for him than that was. They're both very WWE style heels. I understand why the Fed absolutely loves them.
Yeah. Really excited to see what happens then going forward and how they factor in potentially to WrestleMania plans. Let's move over to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Of course, you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Mitchell Gillam. Thank you, Mitchell, for this. Hey guys, what if WWE promised Punk not only the main event of night one of WrestleMania, but they doubled down and offered Punk to be the Hall of Fame headliner for WrestleMania 40, and that was the thing that brought him back. He'd basically be the face of WrestleMania 40. Thoughts?
I don't think CM Punk. I think CM Punk cares about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He has said that since leaving.
Cares about working Steve Austin.
Yes. I think he cares about those, and I think that those would have enticed him back. I don't think he gives a single solitary by the Hall of Fame. And neither should he. It's a ridiculous gimmick.
I don't think that's a carrot that's made him go.
Yeah, I don't think he gives a flying I'm sorry for swearing twice. That's bad of me. I don't think he cares about that. Maybe he does, maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like something that would motivate him. It's a gimmick, dog and pony show.
I just love that as an idea. It's a great idea, Mitchell, but I don't think that's what happened in terms of hiya Phil, how about all the money that you could ever want? Okay, how about you work Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at Rumble, and then Mania we give you Stone Cold Steve Austin? Do you want to go in the Hall of Fame? AJ, get my gear!
I love it. Money and spite were the motivators here, I think. And that's why it's only going to last about 6 months.
That just takes us to WrestleMania, doesn't it?
It does, actually,
Good.
yeah. 4 months. Yeah.
No.
Just trying to fit my narrative here, just trying to squeeze it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we talked about another WWE legend that doesn't believe he's going to last 6 months on yesterday's news. Go and check it out.
Boom.
After this one, obviously. Joe Raymond gives us our second question. Good morning, legends. Morning, Joe. I'd like to see Gunther defend the IC title in the Elimination Chamber and then enact an Option C storyline, trading in the title for the World Heavyweight opportunity, maybe an IC tourney, ending at WrestleMania 40. Thoughts?
Nah, that just undermines the reign. That undermines the entire reign and the run and everything you've done to rebuild this belt.
Also, sorry to piss on Joe's chips, there's no way he's working Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
That's in Australia and he can't go there.
Yeah, that's another part of it. But also, like, the Intercontinental title is more prestigious than the World Heavyweight title at the moment.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't really see that as an upgrade. I do see where you're coming from, right? The idea of advancing from one title to another. But I think that method just undermines everything he's done, everything WWE's done. I think that Gunther should lose it. He should lose it clean to put the next person over. And then, after a little rebound storyline, he should enter the world title scene.
Yeah, look at the reaction people had when Joe just went, I don't want this ROH TV title anymore.
Yeah, it was whack.
It'd be even worse for the IC title. The Elimination Chamber thing, he can't leave the US for another few months, can he?
Yeah.
Visa things. So he won't be working Elimination Chamber in Australia if those reports are correct. I would love to have seen him in an Elimination Chamber, whether it be for the IC title or the World Heavyweight Championship shot at Mania, for example, because I think it'd be great and he could chop open a pod. But I think for now, if I'm pushed, I think they're trying to slow play this Chad Gable story. I think he's going to drop the IC title to him at WrestleMania, just because it's weird that they sort of went, and then they went, let's get Chad Gable doing stuff with, no offense, Noam Dar and the Heritage Cup in NXT.
Tell you what, WrestleMania, Gunther and Kazuchika Okada would be pretty cool.
Gunther versus Brock.
Kind of talking myself into this now.
That's it, yeah. Gunther versus Brock for the IC title, because Brock could really defend it as regularly as Gunther has.
He'd be there every week.
But long term, I'd love to see him in the Elimination Chamber, and I think he's going to lose the title at WrestleMania and then recover and eventually be the big threat at Bash in Berlin for a world champion.
Nice.
Final question today comes from Eddie Zamhari. Big news, obviously, in the gaming world for all you nerds.
We're nerds.
Game
too.
recognised game, yeah.
I'm getting a phone call. I don't know who it's from. Sorry, rude.
Is it from? I was going to say a gaming person then, and I couldn't think of it. Is it from Super Mario?
It's big Randy Rockstar himself from Grand Theft Auto. He's really mad. Oh. He's really mad that you've called him a nerd, and also wants you to know that Red Dead 2 sucks. Thanks, Randy. I agree. Anyway.
Hot takes like that on the WhatCulture. You wound some people up with that one, didn't you? You wound some people up in the office.
You know what's fun? You know what's fun? When you find like a fan base that just is easy to wind up.
Yeah.
It's Red Dead 2, it's the Beatles, there's plenty of them.
Yeah, you think it's bad with the wrestling discourse.
He's back!
There it is.
Go away, Randy. No, I'm busy.
Eddie says, hey guys, so with the GTA trailer coming out, and of course, if you want to know all the fallout from that with some actual genuine analysis
stuff.
WhatCulture Gaming on YouTube and the WhatCulture Gaming podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, of course. Fantasy Booking picked 5 wrestlers and their characters in the version of GTA. Very excited about GTA, by the way.
I mean, there's a bunch of wrestlers that we could name that would make fantastic Grand Theft Auto characters that would be very funny, but we probably shouldn't, so I'm going to do that. Right, okay. Who have we got? I mean, Turbo Floyd is in every pitch that I make, and Turbo Floyd looks like a GTA character. So Trevor from the last game was a complete maniac, so we need a complete maniac.
Oh, yes.
ODB, bring her back. Throw her in. Bring her food truck as well, why not? There we go. We got Turbo Floyd and ODB.
Who was your rich guy? You know, like 3 characters in the last GTA. There was like a richer guy.
The mafia geezer with the swimming pool
Tony
and
D.
stuff.
Tony D'Angelo, baby.
Obviously. We got Tommy Vercetti, who'd be good at that. Ricky Starks, there
we go.
Perfect.
I don't know any GTA characters, so I'm just going to pitch wrestlers to be their own character in GTA. So, let's have Otis.
Sure.
Popping up.
Sure.
He could pop up in GTA. He could be like a little side mission.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just being weird. Being a freak of sorts.
Any more? One more.
Eddie Guerrero used to have a car. When I put Eddie Guerrero in the game. There you go.
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston.
Kingston
yes.
and GT.
That's a good fit.
If they haven't got it already this time, it's not out till like 2025. Let's get him voicing a character.
Yeah.
He'd be awesome.
Who else has a car? JBL. There you go. It's just cars. It's like.
Come on, Santa got run over on WWE.
Yeah, that was so mean, wasn't it? Jesus.
Let's not put that guy in GTA though. Right, not Santa. You can put Santa in if you want.
Santa's in the game. Santa Claus.
So go and check out WhatCulture Gaming for all the GTA stuff, and whilst you're at it, check out this video as well.
Bye.
See you later.
Beatles. No riffs.